Hi there and welcome to another lesson. In this lesson we will be drawing beehives. So let's start by creating a new fill layer, making it a bluish gray color. D on the keyboard to set your colors to black and white. So now if I press X and I draw with white, it's going to reveal. And if I draw with black, it's going to hide. So it should be relatively easy and easy to understand what we are going to draw. As usual, we start off with basic shapes like a block. And then for that coney one, we're going to use a circle at the bottom like this. Right, so that's basically our drawing, or the base of our drawing is going to be using the basic shapes like this. Right, so let's duplicate that. Put that one there. I put this one about there. Another one in there. And another one there. So let's move them, let's space them so that they don't obscure each other. There we go. Right, so let's start off with the first one, which is that cone shape. All right, and then if we look closely, you'll see, we can't see actually, but it looks like there's feet below it at the bottom of it. So let's draw another square in there. And then using the lasso tool, let's select that square and bring it down like so. Right, so there will be a leg, there will be another leg, and there will be a leg. Right, so and then we've got the opening. I don't want my opening to face us on this side, so if you can imagine, we're going to divide that quarter in a little bit further. And then about around there, we want the opening. Okay, and then give it some thickness. And that should do it for that one. The next one, oh boy, so I've messed it up. Never mind. Let's put all of this together into one layer. The next one, I want to duplicate that square at the bottom. Pull it up. No. Let's make another selection. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then T to pull it up. Right, let's merge that again, and now we are basically just gonna focus on the block side of things. Don't worry about the circle in the middle. Let's extend that a little bit for the top. Like so, pull it up and complete like this. at the bottom there's a lip protruding for the bees to get in and out. So we're going to extend this, pull it up to give that lip thickness. And then we're going to create the opening. Remember the wood's thickness in there and the opening itself. It's got legs as well, and it looks like the legs are just slightly narrower than the sides of the box. Okay, there we won't see the legs, or we can make the legs slightly longer. Right. Okay. And then it's almost like it's got that drawers look. It looks like drawers. And maybe it is so that you can take it apart. Right, and then we've got another one that's almost got a roof-like structure. So let's make a selection of this. Control C, Control V, T to pull it up. Then merge it again, Control E and B for brush. Pull that down, pull that down. Right, and then to create that roof structure, we're going to extend this again like we did in this one. So just very slightly out. Pull it up a little bit, maybe a little bit longer. Right. Then we want to find the middle of that square. Then draw a vertical line and another vertical line, connect those, and that's going to be our roof. Give the wood some thickness to create that roof structure. Let it overhang a little bit, and there we go. We can create another lip for the bees to land and get in and out of the beehive. And then if you look closely, you'll see that the legs come down like so, but they also go out. So extend that guide a little bit to the sides. So now we've got the leg coming in there, and that one's going to disappear behind the beehive. So now we can extend those, extend those, extend those, and that's our beehive. And then we've got that barrel beehive. So I want to select that circle, Control C, Control V, T, pull it up. Let's do another one, pull it down, Control T to enlarge it, so that we get that bulge in the barrel. Then select the top one again, Control J, T to pull it up to create the lid. And then we can merge all of this together, Control E. Right, and then B for brush again, and complete the drawing like so. It's also got legs, so we're doing the same. So draw a square at the bottom. Okay, and that will make sure that we place our legs in the correct place. Just a bit sticking out there. To do the divisions of the barrel, I feel always tempted to start from the one side and draw it all the way to the other side. The better way to do it is divide this in half. So draw a line there, then divide that in half and this in half. So divide this in half, more or less, then divide that in half and that in half. So that way you space them much better and evenly. So, and then the metal rings, let's add those metal rings as well. Okay. And on top of this barrel is a handle to open it. So just draw a cross on top, then add a circle in there, or a sphere-like ball-like feature that will be the handle. Going back to the middle, the second one from right, I forgot to add those guidelines for the panels. Right. All right. To make life easier for drawing this one, instead of trying to draw all of the circles, I'm gonna make a selection of the front part of this circle. Control C, Control V, then pull it up halfway. Control J, halfway again. Let's select that one again. Control J, pull it down halfway. Control J, pull it up halfway. Control J, and now divide the rest in halves as well. Right, so where did we start? Okay, so let's Control E, all those together, then press Control T, and now, right, so now that we've done that, let's right click and say liquefy. No, not that one. Control T, no, it's under Control T. Control T, right click and say mesh. That's the one I'm looking for. Bring it in and bring it in. Grab those handles and pull it out and pull it out. There we go. Whoops. Grabbing the wrong handle. Oi, oi, oi. Press enter to apply that, and I think our rough drawing is done. Merge all of that together. Lock that layer, create a new full, and select black. Okay, press Ctrl I to invert that. Press D on the keyboard to set the colors to black and white again. And you know what? I'm gonna start off with a ordinary paint layer. So press D on the keyboard to have black. Let's zoom in a little bit and start drawing. I'm gonna set my brush size to 7. Right, let's cheat this one a little bit. So I'm going to do the one side and then copy and paste that to the other side. Using the lasso tool, copy, it's Control C, Control V, Control T to flip it horizontally. Move it into place. And then Control E to merge these layers together, B for brush again, and complete those lines. Right, once we've done that one, press insert to add a new layer, and let's repeat the whole process. Okay, once we've done that, let's create a new layer by pressing insert and do the third beehive. Then lastly, the barrel beehive. So press insert to add another paint layer and start drawing. Again, I'm going to do only the one half, copy and paste it over to the other side. So using the lasso tool, make a selection, Control C, Control V, and then Control T, mirror horizontally, T to pull it over to the other side, and then press E to merge the two layers, and then B for brush again, and complete your drawing. I'm pressing E on the keyboard, E as in echo, to activate my eraser tool. So when you see me erasing, it's with the eraser tool. Right, and then the metal rings. Okay, so let's space things a little bit. So let's put that one there. Let's move this one to around there. I think our drawing is done. Let's start with the, yeah. Let's select the want to. Make sure that you've got that layer selected. Shift Control I to invert, or go to image, layer, select, and invert. So if there's a selection like that, just deselect that. Right. Let's use a fill layer. Something like that. And let's do the rest. Do the rest the same way. And that is how you draw a set of beehives. We can change the colors for each one of them. So just go into properties and pick a different color so that they are slightly different from each other. Right, so that concludes this lesson. See you in the next one.